Hi, we're coming to you today from Iowa City, Iowa. We're at Finkbine Golf Course, and we're talking with Superintendent Tim Gravert. Hey, Tim.
Morning.
Morning. Tim, how long have you been a superintendent?
I've been a superintendent for 17 years. I've been in the industry for just over 20.
Wow.
I've been here at Finkbine for just over 5 months.
Okay, 5 months. So superintendent for 17, in the industry for 20. You took the fast track to being a superintendent.
Somewhat, yes. So right out of school, I went out to Bethpage and was an assistant out there.
Yeah.
For 3 or 4 years, and then became the Black Course superintendent prior to the '09 Open.
Yeah.
So that which was a great experience, and then once that was over with, got back to home, which is the Midwest here, and was at Short Hills Country Club for 10 years before taking this job this spring.
Yeah. Great.
So,
well, feels good to be back home, I assume.
yes, great to be back home. So.
Congratulations on achieving that. All right, so I'm super excited to talk to you about today's BMP. We're going to be talking about what you've done to implement a BMP that's helping you preserve our water, right?
Correct.
So tell me about the BMP.
Just water management, which I think is the most important aspect of managing a golf course, but also can be the most difficult. So, everybody likes to tiptoe that fine line between making sure that conditions are really dry, firm, fast,
Yeah.
and keeping the plant still healthy.
Right.
So, one of the big things that I've done in my time here is really dial those things in and make sure that we're putting, as little water as we can down, but putting it in the right spots and only the spots that need it, instead of just doing a full scale, let's water everything, get everything nice and moist. We put it where we want it.
Right. So instead of turning the overheads on the greens now, what you do is you've got a guy, he's hand watering. So he comes out in the morning. I see his moisture meter over there by the flag pin. Tell me about that process.
Yeah, so the process really starts the day before, as we're making our last rounds through the day, figuring out if we need to run overheads at all. So one thing that the golfing community has a big misunderstanding is it's 95, man, you got to be putting down a lot of water. And really, we're putting down a lot less water when it's 95, because usually when it's 95, it's in the lows of 70s at night, very humid
yeah,
and everything. So you're not losing as much moisture then.
Right.
So, and then obviously with the higher nighttime temps, you're perfect for disease.
Right.
You're keeping things wet. So really, we're in a stretch right now where we've had 95-degree days the last 4 or 5 days. Being at the end of August, it's been a little cooler at night, but I haven't run the overheads on the greens at all. We're taking, probably 30 to 40 readings on a green, figuring out what we need to water. Collars are included in that, and usually what needs the most water. But we're really dialing in things so that we're not, just running the overheads and giving everything water. We're putting the water right where we want it and not overwatering.
Right. And you were talking to me earlier about some of the stuff you've done in your fairways. You've gone out and you've adjusted some heads and done some monitoring. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so it's unique here with our irrigation system. We go single row down the middle, about from 125 yards out in, and then also at the beginning of the fairways. and then have double row where I guess they would consider landing areas. So you know, we're playing that fine line between trying to get enough water on the edges to keep it alive, but not have the middles too wet.
So in one section of the fairway where you got double row, you're going to have shorter run time. So those heads need to be adjusted. So you can't just say we're putting 10 minutes on every head, because that doesn't work. You're getting too much water in one spot or not enough in another.
Right. So we've went in and, you know, like I said, as you're getting used to the property, we're adjusting every station out there. And, you know, there's not a single fairway that is just getting 100%. Right. One station might get 100%, the other might get 150, another station might get 300%, you know, and it might stay that way for a couple days, and then you're able to bounce it back down. Right. But we're really going in every day and adjusting each station as to what we're seeing in the field. So that we're not, once again, we're not overwatering. Right.
So you're tailoring your system to accommodate what the plant needs.
Correct. And not giving it more than it needs, so that we're not promoting disease.
That's right.
You know, and so not only are we cutting back on the amount of water that we're using and has been used, but we can also really dial in our fungicide programs. So
you're having an impact not by just preserving water, but protecting it through the use of less fungicides.
Correct.
Right. Well, I'll tell you, that is a great BMP. It's a BMP that not only every superintendent can do, but should do, right? I think we all agree that dialing in your irrigation system is one of the most critical aspects of the job.
And not only is it an environmentally correct thing to do, but it will lead to better playing conditions.
Absolutely.
You know, the golfers definitely notice it and have noticed what we've been doing and absolutely love it. So not only are you doing the right thing, but the golfers are going to appreciate it too.
Yeah, it's funny how so many BMPs are about doing the right thing. They're not just about protecting water quality. They're about growing a healthy turf plant, which then results in protecting water quality, right?
And protecting the entire environment. You know, and working outside, I would say every superintendent loves the environment. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't want to work outside and take care of a living organism.
That's right.
So, you know,
recognize your responsibilities. Right. As an environmental steward, which is inside all of us, and do the right thing.
Correct.
Right. Well, thanks so much for taking the time with us today, Tim, explaining this BMP. Congratulations on that and all the other BMPs that you're doing around the property. It's really a great job that you're doing here, and thanks for highlighting this one particular BMP for us.
Yeah, great having you out here, and love what you're doing. Love following you. So
very cool.
More superintendents should get on board with following what you're doing, because you're doing great things for our industry overall, really.
Thanks so much, Tim. Appreciate it.